I'm sure everyone has their own reason as to why they're casting who for which role. I don't interfere with that. I see what role's given to me, and for me, working with a superstar is like, okay, this is good. You know, you'll get a certain amount of visibility, and there will be a certain amount of attention attached to that project. I've really had fun working with him. I think, and for my like, if I were to talk about my first film, there was an age gap.
Yeah.
They wanted to play the whole thing. This film, there was no pairing. I loved Rashmika's character because in this entire, I don't want to use a wrong word on camera, but in this entire, like that whole, these men fighting each other, she really stood her ground. And she really confronted a man who, she held him accountable. She said, I don't care about who you are, what you're doing outside, how dangerous you might be. As an actor, you do want your film to do well. You do want a lot of people to watch the film. You want them to like you on screen. You want them to like the film and enjoy and have a good time and feel entertained. Sometimes that doesn't happen, which is perfectly normal. That's something I kind of made peace with. For me, my only thing was I need to be doing a good job, and I need to be growing as an actor, and I need to be exploring new things, and I need to also have filmmakers just see me do something on screen.
Hello everybody, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today has expanded her genre and owned the action and how in Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, talking about Manushi Chhillar, of course. Hello.
Hello.
Owned the action and how? I was
beaten up the bad guys.
Beaten up the bad guys, and I said I was genuinely surprised. And I thought the action was fantastic. I think you were so good in it. And I want to know, what did it take to make those perfect moves? It doesn't look easy to me.
It took a director sitting on my head 24/7, making sure I was going to classes. But jokes apart, I always wanted to try action. I have loved watching, like, you know, Black Widow or like Tomb Raider. Like, I've loved watching these characters just do action and do it so seamlessly. Women who might look a bit fragile, but they can, like, you know, beat you up. This is something I wanted to try, and I think I'm glad I got to try it so soon. So when I came to know that, you know, this is the role I was being considered for, and I'll have to learn action for it, I was very excited. And this is something that, see, for me, my growing up, my relation with films was what I watched on screen as an audience. Now that I'm a part of the industry, I want to do everything that I enjoyed watching on screen. And this was something I wanted to explore. I realized that action is not, it's not like preparing for a song. Although it is a choreography, but at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle that you have to have when you're on set. So a lot of learning, but I really enjoyed it. And I think this is something that I would want to do more of, for sure.
I hear you decided to become a non-vegetarian.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
That's I mean, I'm a vegetarian now.
So I've always been a vegetarian my entire life, imagine. And one thing I knew I would never do, and it never say never, but one thing I always told myself, I will never be able to eat meat, simply because I've never eaten meat in my life before. Then came BMCM, and then I'd also, like, I remember I'd gotten COVID. I was shooting for another film at that time, and I got COVID. So I was so scared. I said, I don't want to lose weight. I want to build muscle, and I needed to build muscle. And for some reason, like, my father, he's a doctor. So he suggested, why don't you switch to meat and, you know, just try it. So I told him, if you can make me something which will not look like I'm eating chicken, then I'm going to have it. And, you know, he used to literally sit on the table and he used to watch me and forcefully make me, like, finish my food. It started there, and it was a big convenience, especially because when you're traveling, and we shot in places like we shot in, you know, in not just Jordan, in Scotland, London. So, you know, there were places in Scotland where we didn't have access to as many options that we wanted. So my easiest source of protein was meat. So so yeah, I mean, that's a big change that happened, and I think, yeah, one big decision made in life.
Now has it flowed in? Like, now you're okay with it?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I like to. I think it's mostly psychological. So I like to look at it as nutrition. That's it. And it did help. Also, I'm allergic to soy, so so I was like, where do I get my protein from? And eggs.
Oh my God! See, then there are very few options.
It was God's will.
It was. But, you know, going out there, of course, you know, when you have a film like this, it's massive. People will discuss box office numbers and stuff like that. And it has been discussed, right? They were expecting so much more numbers and this and that. From your side, you all have done whatever best you could.
Yeah.
But how do you look at that conversation? Because now there have been massive money put
I feel
into
like
it.
I've answered this question before.
Yeah?
So I'm the queen of answering this. Jokes apart. See, about the one thing that you need to kind of make peace with in life, when life actually starts, is the fact that you will see more of your expectations not being met. I've had a very different life. I think life spoilt me for so long, where I thought if I work hard towards something, then it has to happen my way. And for some reason, you know, God's grace, things worked out in my favor. Then came in the film industry in my life, and everyone told me, you know, you need to have patience, things don't happen overnight here. And I was like, अरे मेरे तो life में बहुत कुछ overnight हुआ है. Not that I've not worked hard for it, but then I was like, but if I'm focused and if I'm dedicated, then I'm sure I'll get something out of it. And I have gotten something out of everything. But yes, as an actor, you do want your film to do well. You do want a lot of people to watch the film. You want them to like you on screen. You want them to like the film and enjoy and have a good time and feel entertained. Sometimes that doesn't happen, which is perfectly normal. That's something I kind of made peace with. For me, my only thing was I need to be doing a good job, and I need to be growing as an actor, and I need to be exploring new things, and I need to also have filmmakers just see me do something on screen. So I think that was my takeaway. And box office numbers are something which you don't have. As an actor, you don't have any control over. So whatever I don't have control over, I don't think too much about. I don't know if I've said this to you before, but very early on, like I told myself this. I said, don't let success get to your heart, and don't let success get to your head, and don't let failure, like, you know, hurt you in your heart. So I think that's something which I've always believed in. I said, okay, things will happen, things will, like, whatever, good things will happen, bad things will happen. You just need to, like, kind of be centered and focused on what you want from life.
You know, I'm glad we are doing this interview, because I had gone and actually asked them. I said, why are we not getting the girls to come out and promote during the pre-promotion? Of course, those are things that are not under your control.
Yeah.
That's a decision that the other team makes. But I thought it would have been interesting to even have you all out. Do you think that would have in any way helped create even more buzz for your character arcs? What do you think?
See, I'm not a marketing person. I can't say much about that. I love to talk. So I'm here today talking to you, where we're speaking about the film and about other things. So I think that's pretty much it. I didn't think too much about it. I also, luckily, I also had so many other things that I was doing that I didn't have the dates. So when it didn't happen, otherwise I would have felt so guilty.
You couldn't be a part of it.
Yeah. But it was perfectly fine. I don't think it was something that I minded.
You know, you said that, and Ali is known to be a director who does that with his action films. You know, put the women and present them in a certain way. And I remember we had the discussion. She's like,
he has strong women in his movies.
Yeah, and I remember that one of the reasons was also that she's like, even though you want to be having fun on screen, but you also are that person who wants to have something in the character.
See, every film is different. Like and I don't see this as a rule in my head where I have to only do films where my character is adding so much to the, you know, every character is important, irrespective of what screen time you have. Not like I've done like some 200 films to be talking from experience, but I'd say that, see, in Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, I did get my due as a female. In fact, my face was the first to be revealed in the film. So I don't have anything to complain about on that. This is a character that brought everyone together for this mission. And I did get to present myself as an action hero, if I may say so. So yeah, I mean, there are all kinds of films. There are certain films where, as a female, you wouldn't have as much to add, you know, in an action movie setup, versus like a film like Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, where I did have that. So it's perfectly fine. I think you have to look at it as a balance. And end of the day, we're actors. So even if, I mean, I don't look down upon a role where if I just have to look glamorous on screen, I don't care. I feel that I want to be a part of good projects. I want to work with good people. It's perfectly fine. There are all kinds of movies that are made, and there are different kinds of roles. You won't always get this one central character, right? Which is fine. I don't look down upon those roles. अगर मैं फिल्मों में काम कर रही हूँ तो मैं चाहूँगी ना कि मैं ऐसे भी कैरेक्टर्स करूँ जिनको जो मेमोरेबल हो और जिनको एक तरह से प्रेजेंट किया गया है स्क्रीन पे करा जाए स्क्रीन पे तो आई ऑलवेज वांट दैट इट्स नॉट दैट it's a balance like you can't always choose you can't sit and be like oh I'm only going to do these films. I mean that's not how I look at it, but yeah you but of course as you are greedy, you want a bigger role, you want a meatier role. That'll always happen.
You know, it's interesting you said that because out here, you're actually somebody that the two of them have to report to at some point because you're leading the entire thing of it. In the beginning, when the trailer came out, a lot of people thought, because the songs were first revealed, some of the songs that you guys had, and I have seen you really working hard for those. I remember it
for that
song, shivering in the desert.
We were wearing these robes and blankets, and we were like in our cars, just sitting there waiting for our shots. Yeah,
and I think you did very well with the songs. But initially when the songs were revealed, I remember everybody was also discussion came up saying that you had that a little bit of discussion during Prithviraj, but here also again was brought up that look at the age gap of actors of that age doing with. Remember? That whole discussion came out. So in the film, though, the romance angle is very subdued.
There is no romance
angle. It's literally no romance angle.
There is no pairing in the film.
Yeah. I feel like, but how do you look at that discussion? Because now the actors, the superstars are of that age and the newcomers are there, right?
See, there are many, many, many facets to this. I can only speak from my experience.
Of course.
He's a superstar. I want to work with him. Let's just put it out there. We're all fans. But I don't cast for films. It's not my decision or anyone else. There's a casting that happens and everyone decides, and I'm sure everyone has their own reason as to why they're casting who for which role. I don't interfere with that. I see what role's given to me, and for me, working with a superstar is like, okay, this is good, it'll get a certain amount of visibility and there will be a certain amount of attention attached to that project. I've really had fun working with him. I think, and for my, if I were to talk about my first film, there was an age gap.
Yeah.
They wanted to play the whole thing. This film, there was no pairing. Yeah, we did songs for marketing. Yeah. So they had to be like, they had to like kind of put two people together just for the songs. But I think that's pretty much it, which is fine.
Yeah.
I didn't see it as something which was atrocious or something which shouldn't have been there. It wasn't like a love story anyway.
It wasn't, which is why I said. So now I'm sure when they see the film,
I hope when I hope I get to romance younger heroes as well, and I hope that vice versa also happens.
Fair enough. Except for one very well done flirtatious line where you say salt and pepper is nice, yeah. Where you're checking him out.
I remember seeing George Clooney, and salt and pepper was nice.
Exactly.
Let's just admit, salt and pepper was really nice. See, after a certain age, there's a certain, men are more mature, right now they're all boys. But it's nice. I think boys are also fun and salt and pepper is nice to look at.
I agree, but I think it was well done. It was like this whole moment very, very casually said. Also, there's a little bit
also for her, she's heard about these two heroes and her being an army captain as well, she looks up to them. And for her to see this man in front of him, she has that expectation that this guy did so many cool things back in the day.
Yeah.
That I'm going to get him on board.
Yeah.
So she admires the character, right? She looks up to them.
Yeah, absolutely. There were other interesting casting rumors that came up. One included the fact that you were actually also approached by Sandeep Vanga Reddy to do a role in Animal. Now I don't know which role.
Who?
There were the casting was, I think in the beginning that there's something going on that you were approached.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
But I know, you obviously discussed about the fact that you like the way he presents his women, right?
I love him.
So if you had to do, and you saw the film, if you had to do, if that was true, which role would you have wanted to do? And
Both
what are your thoughts
really,
on it?
See, both are really interesting roles, but I loved Rashmika's character because in this entire, I don't want to use a wrong word on camera, but in this entire, like that whole, these men fighting each other, she really stood her ground. And she really confronted a man who, she held him accountable. She said, I don't care about who you are, what you're doing outside, how dangerous you might be, but you're my husband and I will hold you accountable. And her character had an arc. So I felt that that was such a good opportunity and she did a great job to perform. So I think that's a role I would have loved to do.
Maybe future collaboration you would have with Sandeep
Who
Ranga.
knows, years praying, God, please listen.
And putting it out in the universe.
Putting it out in the universe.
Like you said, we are manifesting it for you, and you almost had a chance, apparently, during Kabir Singh. And
So this one I will semi-agree to.
correct.
But this I only came to know much later. I was Miss World and I think I had a contract. So I was with Miss World for a year. I was working
Correct.
there.
Yeah.
So I think that didn't materialize. But this I came to know much later.
You know, for Miss World, you had options. You know, you were there and people were approaching you with films.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, you were fending for yourself. You know, you were going out there, really working hard, waiting for the right project, and you've shown incredible amount of patience because we spoke about that, right?
Yeah.
Like that time. But now also getting the roles more than selecting, like you said, if you don't have those options where you're being considered, how will you pick up the kind of project that you want to do, right? Now that's another problem that you face.
With Miss World, I had visibility, there was interest, and there was excitement to this new name.
Yeah.
So getting a launch wasn't as big as a challenge. The challenge was to understand what am I getting into. This is not, it's not a school play. It's an industry. It's a job. It's an entire profession.
Yeah.
And not like I didn't go to film school or I didn't prepare for this. Also to get the right launch, you know, I really wanted, see, I took my time as well because I was also making up my mind that am I doing this just because I'm getting the opportunities? And see, it is attractive, right? Like we all want to be stars and we all want to, like we've all been attracted to Bollywood growing up.
Yeah.
And I already had such a secure, space. I was in a secure space in my life with my education. So I was like, is it worth letting go of that, you know, to chase this? So getting that launch was not a thing, but I wanted to be launched by someone. If I had to choose, I wanted to be launched by someone who would kind of also guide me, not just give me a film.
100%.
So Yash Raj came into my life, and very early actually, a few months after Miss World, and that it just happened so that was the time when I started to think that maybe I'll try films. You know, maybe I should do films. I like being on camera, and that's when I met Adi sir. And I'll say one thing about them. You know, they have launched talent, and because they've been around for so long, they really know how to guide you and how to nurture you. Now, films work, don't work, that's a different thing. That's a different story.
Sure.
But as a newcomer, like whatever little bit about, say, just dancing for the camera. Song and dance is a part of what we do.
Of course.
Or simple things about, you know, how things work on set, etc. You need someone to guide you and to understand that you're a newcomer.
Yeah.
Especially when you're an outsider like me. It's not like you know what set culture is, who's who on set. So those are the things which I felt became much easier for me because of Yash Raj. And they really were there to nurture, to guide. And luckily I had that access to such a senior producer like Adi sir, where the smallest of the things would happen on set and I'd call him, I'd be like, sir, like, what am I supposed to do? And he'd always tell me, no, okay, so this is the scene you're stuck in. Acha, so try, isko aise try kar lo, waise try kar lo. Okay, okay, fine, you have a song, okay. Acha, ye expression nahi samajh aa raha, just copy Vaibhavi, just copy her, just mimic her. And he used to always tell me, you're a good mimic. So he's like, just mimic her, jahan pe samajh nahi aa raha apne aap se expression. I said, I'm like so young, I'm not able to feel that romance as much in the song. So he's like, just do this. So, you know, at least you have access to these people who come with experience.
Sure.
And they've grown with films. I mean, they've grown up with films. I think that was the one good thing. But after that, you're pretty much on your own, figuring things out.
Yeah.
I know this, and I know this in my head that there's no one sitting and thinking that I have to give these films to Manushi and I have to present her in this manner. That for me is like, okay, I'm going to try with whatever little understanding I have. I'm going to try different films, different roles, and hope that something will work and something will really be appreciated. But I know for a fact that people are not going to run after me with projects and no one sitting and thinking that I have to present Manushi like this in my film.
Yeah.
So I know that reality, which is perfectly fine. I think my job is to just do my best. Yeah,
Absolutely.
with whatever understanding I have.
Which is the right way to go.
And it gets better with each film that you do.
Also, it helps you be, like I said, more patient with this, what you've just said.
Oh yeah, you need a lot of patience in the industry, which is fine. If I look at my age as an actor, it's been 2 years. 2 years, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Not too bad at all.
Absolutely. But also, you've been someone who does her work, goes home, wants to spend time with family and her own set of friends. But I feel like now slowly you have few friends in the industry who are actors, who are people around you or people who you can call, like people, you can call for advice, call for anything, to hang out, and it becomes easier, right? Sometimes they exactly know what you're going through because you're from the same industry. So who are those people and how have you built that circle? Which is also important, right?
Yeah, see, I was not from Mumbai. So for me, just generally building a friend circle here took a while. Alaya and I became close because we were working on the same film and we were not home for, I think, 2.5 months. At a stretch, so we would like be sharing our meals together. We'd go out for dinners. If it was an off day, we would just like hang out, do something. We'd go to the arcade a lot. Take our teams there. We'd be playing, like we'd go bowling or something. So I think that's how we kind of became friends. And similarly now, because I'm working with more people, luckily I've always had a very good relation with people that I've worked with. I would say I'm not too difficult to work with. That much credit I'll give myself. So yeah, I think you just build that familiarity and see, when you come from the industry, I've seen many people might be a little guarded, so it takes time for people to warm up to you. And I mean, I'm more guarded than everyone else. What am I talking about the industry? But yeah, I mean, I've also taken my time to warm up to people around me, and now I feel more like I'm at home now in Bombay.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So there are people who you can call anytime you think like you're having a career crisis. Who would those be and why?
It depends on what the crisis is.
Okay.
If I need advice from a senior, all my directors are wonderful. I'll take advice. If I have to vent, I always go to Dr. Saab. Dr. Chandra Prakash Dwivedi, my first director, I love him. I will always call him and I'll vent. Like, ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua, aise ho raha, and he'll always tell me, patience, my child, patience. So I always vent to him. And then after it's all done, I'll message him. I'm like, thank you for letting me vent. And he always tells me venting is important. Don't worry. In the industry, actually all my directors. Then a lot of times Akshay sir. I do seek his opinion on things if I'm really confused about something. Adi sir is there. Mostly people I worked with. And then if there's something which, I just want to like share with a friend, then, Alaya is there.
Even in this industry, which is so full of lows and highs and everything is so momentary sometimes, success or failure or whatever. I feel like you've managed to stay not just sane, but also this confident, secure person, which not everybody goes through. It's, this industry, it's particularly you're always asked to...
drive you crazy.
Yeah. And also you're being judged for everything, right? Like you
Constantly.
put a photo out, and I still see you're among the very few people I see who's kind of figured out how to work through this.
No, you never figure it out. You're always constantly figuring, and the minute you think, I figured this out, the industry will surprise you with something. You never figure it out.
Yeah, but I, at a better place, I still feel like, if I ask you now...
I'm also growing. I also have more experience today. I'm also understanding, but that's my personality. Internally, I might be freaking out about something, but I don't think I show it outside.
Yeah. But like I say, because when it comes to fashion also, I see that here also everybody has a comment, right? Like this is not looking well. But you like experimenting, you do what you want to do, and you found a place of what you feel is comfortable. I want to talk about that aspect as well. And how have you figured that out?
I enjoy dressing up. Let's just say that. I've always loved dressing up. Since childhood, I've been this person. today I have more access. Today I can try different designers, try different looks. I have access to stylists. I have access to hair and makeup artists, the best in the country. So I know I can work with them.
Yeah.
It was my dream since childhood. Like even when I thought I'd become a doctor, I always told myself I'm going to dress this way every day when I go to work. I'm going to do my hair and I'm going to do this and that. These things like vanity has always fascinated me as a child. I get to do that. Jamnagar was a different situation altogether, simply because I knew, and I'm so glad. My one learning is that just be comfortable when you're going for any of these events. You can be fashionable and you can be comfortable. So I would always carry a pair of sneakers. So you've not seen those in pictures, but I always changed into flats and sneakers after everything else. Like even my lehenga, I was wearing like sneakers underneath. So yeah, that's my one big learning. I think all these events you really need comfortable shoes as a girl. And like you spoke about just me being comfortable and us being constantly judged for what we wear and discussed. That's perfectly fine, because opinions are perfectly fine. Someone will like what you're wearing, someone will like your sense of style, someone will not. I look at it as at least I have a sense of style.
Ooh, I like that.
So yeah, I mean, it's important to have that, right?
Absolutely. All right. Are you all set to attend the Cannes this year again?
I'm excited. Figuring the looks, most probably will be going.
Okay.
Still have to figure the dates, but I'm excited. I had so much fun last time. I've learned so much from the last time I went there. So this time I'm going to be more practical, more prepared, and more in control.
Because you said that, I want to know, what have your learnings been for people who have to who are making their Cannes debut, for actors? What maybe your learnings can help.
First thing first, your team's not going to come on the red carpet with you, so make sure you're wearing something that you can manage. Second, wear comfortable heels. There is a lot of walking even from when you get off from the car. There you have to climb steps. There's a lot of walking. Always keep a buffer, because it's so crowded. You will be stuck in a traffic jam. If normally you were to take 5 minutes to reach a place, you'll at least take 30 minutes. And most importantly, make sure there's no lipstick on your teeth and you're all fine before you go on that red carpet, because I love to flash my battisi every time I go on a carpet. So that's the only insecurity I have in my head. Oh my god, I hope I have no lipstick on my teeth. That I do with my stylish Shifa. Every time I go before going on the red carpet, I always show my teeth. I'm like, is it all fine? So yeah, I guess these are my 4 major tips.
But
and fifth, most importantly, wear something you feel really good in, because everyone around you is going to make you feel like a star. There'll be cameramen, they'll be clicking your pictures, people will be calling out to you. You just have to feel your best and look your best.
I love that. But you and your battisi were fantastic last year in the princess vibe that you were giving.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. What is something that you would, I mean, I'm sure it's too early to discuss it, but are there a few things that you wanted to try last year when you saw a few people and you're like, you know what, maybe one day I'm going to try this. It looks so fascinating. Because it's also a place where you can appreciate, along with fantastic films, you have some great outfits and fashion there.
See, I feel like when I wear an outfit, I don't want the outfit to be overwhelming, ever. I feel I don't want people, when they look at me, I don't want them to look at what I'm wearing. I want them to look at me. And I have that much confidence that I think I'm presentable and I look decent, so you can look at me instead. I do not enjoy dramatic outfits unless I really have to do something. Of course, there are all sorts of outfits that are worn at the film festival. But the last time was my debut. And my debut outfit was supposed to be something else, which I might do this time, a similar vibe, not the same outfit. But I told my stylist, I said, I want to do something which is feminine. I don't want to do anything that's overwhelming. And I feel this, like, those dramatic outfits are like overcompensating for something. Like, you don't need that. You just need to be you. And that was my brief to her. And I've like the outfit that I finally wore, the white dress, was something we decided 5 minutes before actually getting into hair and makeup, because my stylist was like, oh, I have this extra outfit in my suitcase. I was like, why were you hiding this outfit? Where were you hiding it for so long? And I tried it, fit like a glove. So that was my outfit. And I think this time I'm going to try different things. I think last year was feminine and pretty. I think this time I want to go more glam and angelic. Maybe.
Ooh.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm still deciding. We've not thought about the outfits yet.
Fair enough. You're a star. People get all starstruck when they meet you. Were you feeling starstruck by anybody at such film festivals?
When I'll sound so arrogant. Can I tell you this? It's just the way I am. I think I do look up to a lot of people, but in my life, I've never really been starstruck because of the journey that I've had.
Yeah.
There are so many people I draw inspiration from, and there's so many people I think they're so cool, and what they're doing is so cool.
Correct.
I've always been excited, but because at such a young age, I got so much of an exposure. For me to get starstruck is very difficult.
Sure.
But I've felt auras, and I have felt this. I've met so many people in my life, and they've all had an aura, and I think that's what I really enjoy.
So, who were the ones whose aura you felt last time in Cannes?
At Cannes, I really didn't meet a lot of people.
You were finishing.
I really didn't meet a lot of people. I was just getting done with my work, and then what did I really do? I went to Nice and I had a holiday because it was so hectic.
Oh,
I'd
that
also
must
come
have
back from Bade Miyan Chote Miyan. So I'd come back from that long schedule, and then immediately the same, like I landed in the morning, and the same night I had to fly for Nice. So the minute we got done, I told my stylist, I said, do you want to take a holiday? Should we just push our flights and stay in Nice for 4 days and make something out of this really hectic trip? So yeah, that's what I did.
Which is fantastic.
Maybe this time I might go around meeting people.
Meeting people.
And being starstruck.
And
why
being
not?
starstruck, only I think the only person you feel a little like that is about SRK, Shah Rukh.
Oh, he has an aura. Actually, a lot of them. Like, I felt an aura from so many people. Shah Rukh sir, like Shah Rukh Khan, yeah, we've all been in love with.
Yeah, continue to.
Continue to, forever and ever. I think he's lovely, but he makes you feel so comfortable and so nice that, after a point, you are very chill with things. I think Amitabh Bachchan sir has an amazing aura. You feel that energy when you're around him. Actually, the first time I've said this before, I think the first time I ever felt an aura was. A lot of politicians I meet have an aura. I feel a lot of the leaders they have an amazing aura. So yeah, I've met people who've had an aura, etc.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, some quick fun questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm here.
I'm ready.
Always ready.
Always ready. Okay, let's go. Okay, what's the misconception about yourself that the people who don't know you have felt, and of course when they met you they were like, oh,
that I don't have a sense of humor.
She does. I spent some time with her.
It's a little different, but yeah, it takes time.
Okay, now I think they will. So hopefully, a comedy and a rom-com soon.
Rom-com, please. I want to do something fun, something young, something nice. I can do stuff that's not serious, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crushes keep changing. Is there anybody, it can be from any industry, that you can say, Manushi can say, oh, very, very crush-worthy? Man crush.
Man crush.
Currently, because they keep changing, right?
Oh yeah, they do keep changing. I think Shah Rukh Khan would be a constant. Yeah.
Yeah. SRK is going to be a constant.
SRK, yeah. Constant.
Right? Okay. The last weird but cute fan moment that has happened to you?
Cute fan moment. I did sign a lot of T-shirts in Dubai when we went to promote. I thought it was a thing, and then I realized it was specifically they got those T-shirts to me. And oh yes, okay. So I only came to know of it now. This Valentine's Day, I came home. I was promoting another film of mine. And I came home to a tree of roses, like humongous, in my living room. And my father was just like, oh, there's something for you. And I thought maybe my parents have done this. I said, that's so sweet. They're like, no, it just arrived yesterday. There was no senders. Like I said, who sent it? There was literally just a card. There was no name on it. And then I was thinking, I was like, who could this be? And then I checked with a few people. I still don't know who it is. I have no idea. So I'd like to think it's a secret admirer who for some reason knows where I live.
It must
Which is scary, but yeah.
Yeah, but no, it obviously is a secret admirer. That is.
Why would you not put your name?
Yeah.
If you've done something so sweet, might
Maybe
as well
have they DM'd
reveal.
you or anything? And
I have no idea. I have no idea.
does Manushi even check her DMs? Like, I should ask.
For a minute, I asked my parents, I said, if you guys have done this and it's really sweet.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we have no idea. So I said, okay.
Okay. What has been the most funny DMs you've received if you've checked your DMs?
Funny DMs. I've not checked my DMs in like, I don't check my
Ages.
DMs. Yeah. I don't
So,
check my
people who are trying to reach Manushi, possibilities you might not.
Maybe, maybe not.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
What are the funniest comment that you read about yourself? Like it can be like a proposal, it can be anything, like a funny comment of you recently kind of read.
Should I just open my Insta and see?
Yeah,
Do you mind?
please. Anything on your pictures and something.
Let's see what if someone's commented something funny on my last picture.
Let's see.
Oh, but it's with my mom. So I'm guessing it'll all be like sweet. Okay. This happens a lot. I'm a millionaire and I don't know what to do with my money. Sometimes I feel like replying. I think this is like a spam thingy. Sometimes I feel like replying, give it to me. Please, I know how to spend your money. Give it to me. Yeah, I get this a lot.
That's damn funny.
मैं millionaire हूँ. मुझे पता नहीं मैं अपने पैसे कहाँ खर्चूँ. मुझे दे दीजिए. बांट दीजिए हमारे followers में. I have no problem.
I love it. Okay. Your last film was in Varantage. If you have to put it out in the universe, which is, if you have to do a next Telugu film, which actor would you like to do?
You know this
And
answer.
Let's
You
hear
know
it.
this.
Let's
Ram
see.
Charan. Please, Ram Charan. We love him.
We've been doing this for a while. So
we've
I
been
just
doing
want
this
to check
for a
and see
while.
if the answer has been changed.
No, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my people.
Loyal to Ram Charan for sure, because this is here. Okay, there you go. We're putting it out in the universe for you again. Thank you so much, Manushi. It was,
Thank you.
As usual, wonderful chatting with you. And I hope that the rom-com happens soon.
Soon, very soon.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Thank you.
Mikla wants me to make this.
It's okay. It's okay. I find it cute to do it. It's cute.
Yeah.